Thereupon the gods rained down Mandarava flowers, Maha Mandarava flowers, Manjusaka flowers, and Maha Manjusaka flowers upon the Buddha and the great multitude. The world of the Buddha quaked in the 6 ways. The great multitude of the congregation, which included bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, gods, dragons, yakshas, gandharvas, asuras, garudas, kinnaras, mahoragas, men, non-human beings, the kings of small countries and the wheel-turning holy kings were astonished. They rejoiced, joined their hands together towards the Buddha, and looked up at him with one mind. Thereupon, the Buddha emitted a ray of light from the white curls between his eyebrows and illumined all the corners of 18,000 worlds in the east, down to the Avicii hell of each world and up to the Yakanishta heaven of each world. The congregation saw from this world the living beings of the 6 regions of those worlds. They also saw the present Buddhas of those worlds. They also heard the Dharma expounded by those Buddhas. They also saw the bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, and upasikas, and those worlds who had already attained the various fruits of enlightenment by their various practices. They also saw the bodhisattva mahasattvas of those worlds, who were practicing the way of bodhisattvas in various ways according to the variety of their karma, which they had done in their previous existence, and also according to the variety of their ways of understanding the Dharma by faith. They also saw the past Buddhas of those worlds, who had already entered into parinirvana. They also saw the stupas of the 7 treasures which had been erected to enshrine the sariras of those Buddhas after their parinirvana. Thereupon Maitreya Bodhisattva thought, the world-honored one is now displaying a wonder, that is, a good omen. Why is he displaying this good omen? The Buddha, the world-honored one, has entered into a samadhi. Whom shall I ask why he is displaying this inconceivable, rare thing? Who can answer my question? He thought again. This, Manjushri, the son of the king of the Dharma, has already met innumerable Buddhas and made offerings to them in his previous existence. He must have seen this rare thing before. Now I will ask him. At that time the bhikshus and bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas, gods, dragons, and other supernatural beings thought, whom shall we ask why the Buddha is emitting this ray of light? That is, why he is displaying this wonder. At that time, the congregation included the 4 kinds of devotees, bhikshus, bhikshunis, upasakas, upasikas. They also included gods, dragons, and other supernatural beings. Maitreya Bodhisattva, wishing to have his doubts removed, and also understanding the minds of the congregation, asked Manjushri, why is the world-honored one displaying this good omen, this wonder? Why is he emitting a great light, a great ray of light, illuminating 18,000 worlds to the east and causing us to see those beautifully adorned worlds of the Buddhas? Thereupon Maitreya Bodhisattva, wishing to repeat what he had said, asked him in gathas, Manjushri, why is the leading teacher emitting a great ray of light from the white curls between his eyebrows? The gods rained mandarava flowers and manjusaka flowers. A breeze carrying the fragrance of kandana is delighting the multitude. Because of this, the ground has become beautiful and pure, and the world quaked in the 6 ways. The 4 kinds of devotees are joyful. They are happier than ever in body and mind. The light from the white curls between the eyebrows of the Buddha illumines 18,000 worlds to the east. Those worlds look golden-colored. I see from this world the living beings of the 6 regions extending down to the Avicii hell and up to the highest heaven of each of those worlds. I see the region to which each living being is to go, the good or evil karma he is doing, and the rewards or retributions he is going to have. I also see the Buddhas, the saintly masters, the lion-like ones who are expounding the most wonderful sutra with their pure and gentle voices, and teaching many billions of bodhisattvas. The Brahma voice of the Buddhas are deep and wonderful, causing people to wish to hear them. I also see the Buddha of each of those worlds, expounding his right teachings to all living beings in order to cause them to attain enlightenment. He explains his teaching with stories of previous lives and with innumerable parables and similes. To those who are confronted with sufferings and tired of old age, disease, and death, the Buddha expounds the teaching of nirvana and causes them to eliminate these sufferings. To those who have merits, who have already made offerings to the past Buddhas, and who are now seeking a more excellent teaching, the Buddha expounds the way of cause knowers. To the Buddha's sons, who are performing various practices and who are seeking unsurpassed wisdom, the Buddha expounds the pure way. Manjushri, I hear, I see and hear hundreds of thousands of millions of things such as these from this world. I will tell you briefly some more of them. I see as many bodhisattvas of those worlds as there are sands in the river Ganges, who are seeking the enlightenment of the Buddha in various ways according to their environment. Some of them practice almsgiving. They joyfully give treasures such as gold, silver, pearls, manis, shells, agates, and diamonds. They also give menservants and maidservants vehicles and palanquins adorned with treasures. They proceed to the enlightenment of the Buddha by the merits obtained thereby, wishing to obtain this vehicle, the most excellent vehicle in the triple world, the vehicle praised by the Buddhas. Some bodhisattvas give jeweled chariots yoked with 4 horses, equipped with railings and flower canopies and adorned on all sides. I also see some bodhisattvas offering their flesh, or their limbs, or their wives or children, in order to attain unsurpassed enlightenment. I also see some bodhisattvas joyfully offering their heads, or their eyes, or their bodies, in order to attain the wisdom of the Buddha. Manjushri, I see some kings coming to a Buddha and asking him about unsurpassed enlightenment. They have renounced the world of pleasures, left their palaces, parted from their ministers and women, and shaved their beards and hair. They now wear monastic robes. I also see some bodhisattvas becoming bhikshus, living alone in retired places, and joyfully reciting sutras. I also see some bodhisattvas zealously and courageously entering remote mountains and pondering the enlightenment of the Buddha. I also see some of them having given up desires and living in retired places, entering deep into dhyana concentration and obtaining the 5 supernatural powers. I also see some bodhisattvas finding peace in dhyana, joining their hands together toward the Buddha and praising the king of the Dharma with tens of millions of gathas. I also see some bodhisattvas resolute in mind. They have obtained profound wisdom by questioning the Buddha, and now they remember what they heard from him. I also see some sons of the Buddha concentrating their minds, having wisdom, expounding the Dharma to the multitude with innumerable parables and similes, expounding the Dharma with joy, teaching other bodhisattvas, defeating the army of Mara, and beating the drum of the Dharma. I also see some bodhisattvas being tranquil and peacefully calm, not delighting in being respected by gods or dragons. I also see some bodhisattvas living in forests and emitting rays of light in order to save the denizens in hell and cause them to enter the way to Buddhahood. I also see some sons of the Buddha walking about forests without sleeping in order to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha. I also see some of them observing the precepts with due deportments and keeping purity like that of gems in order to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha. I also see some sons of the Buddha enduring abuse or blows with sticks inflicted by arrogant people in order to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha. I also see some bodhisattvas giving up wanton pleasures, partying from foolish companions, approaching men of wisdom, controlling their minds from distraction and concentrating their minds in hills or forests for thousands of billions of years in order to attain the enlightenment of the Buddha. I also see some bodhisattvas offering delicious food and drink and hundreds of kinds of medicine to the Buddha and the Sangha. Some offer garments and beautiful robes worth tens of millions or beyond monetary value to the Buddha and the Sangha. Some offer thousands of billions of jeweled houses made of kandana and wonderful bedding to the Buddha and the Sangha. Some offer pure gardens and forests abounding in flowers and fruits, and furnished with rivers, springs, and pools for bathing to the Buddha and the Sangha. I see those bodhisattvas making offerings of those wonderful things joyfully and untiringly in order to attain unsurpassed enlightenment. Some bodhisattvas expound the truth of tranquil extinction and with various expedients teach innumerable living beings. I also see some bodhisattvas who attain the following truth: the nature of things is not dual. It is formless like the sky. I also see some sons of the Buddha having no attachment in their minds. They seek unsurpassed enlightenment with this wonderful wisdom. Manjushri, some bodhisattvas make offerings to the sariras of a Buddha after his extinction. I also see some sons of the Buddha adorning the world of the Buddha with as many stupa mausoleums as there are sands in the river Ganges. Those stupas of treasures are lofty and wonderful. They are 5,000 yojanas high and 2,000 yojanas wide and deep. Each of the stupa mausoleums has 1,000 pairs of banners and streamers. It also has curtains adorned with gems. It also has jeweled bells ringing. Gods, dragons, men, and non-human beings constantly offer incense, flowers, and music to the stupa mausoleums. Manjushri, those sons of the Buddha adorn the stupa mausoleums and offer the adornments to the sariras of the Buddha. The words of the Buddha naturally become as wonderful and as beautiful as the flowers of the kingly tree in full bloom on the top of Mount Sumeru. The multitude of this congregation and I can see the various wonderful things of those worlds by the ray of light of the Buddha of this world. The supernatural powers of the Buddha and his wisdom are rare. He is illuminating innumerable worlds by emitting a pure ray of light. We are astonished at seeing those worlds. Manjushri, son of the Buddha, remove our doubts. The four kinds of devotees are looking up with joy at you and me, wishing to know why this ray of light is emitted by the world-honored one. Son of the Buddha, answer me. Remove our doubts and cause us to rejoice. For what purpose is the Buddha emitting this ray of light? Does he wish to expound the wonderful Dharma, which he attained when he was sitting at the place of enlightenment? Does he wish to assure us of our future Buddhahood? He shows us the worlds of the Buddhas adorned with many treasures. We can see the Buddhas of those worlds. This cannot be for some insignificant reason. Manjushri, know this. The four kinds of devotees and the dragons are looking at you, thinking, what is he going to say? Thereupon Manjushri said to Maitreya, Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, and the other great men, good men, I think that the Buddha, the world-honored one, wishes to expound a great teaching, to send the rain of a great teaching, to blow the conch shell horn of a great teaching, to beat the drum of a great teaching, and to explain the meaning of a great teaching. Good men, I met many Buddhas in my previous existence. At that time I saw the same good omen as this. Those Buddhas emitted the same ray of light as this, and then expounded a great teaching. Therefore, know this. I think that this Buddha also is emitting this ray of light and showing this good omen, wishing to cause all living beings to hear and understand the most difficult teaching in the world to believe.